Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about how to handle stress in Saiva Siddhantam. From Saiva Siddhantam concepts, we are going to analyze about stress management. In order to understand stress management, we are going to talk about a simple analogy and then we are going to relate the concepts later. Today, in this busy and at the same time stressful environment, we are able to face the heat from everywhere, be it our personal life, professional life, social life, and not to mention, even in our spiritual life, we do face the stress. Now, how to handle it? Come, let's look at an analogy. Imagine a situation. There is a lonely elephant approaching you ferociously. Can you imagine how stressful the situation is going to be? Now, this situation is the stress analogy for stress that we are going to see. And how are we going to handle this? Of course, I'm taking the concept of stress management from the Western world. I've borrowed it from them. But of course, we are going to link it with Saiva Siddhantam concepts. So now, when we talk about this elephant approaching us, there are two possibilities we can handle it. One is we can associate with this problem or we can get ourselves disassociated. Alternatively, we can reject the situation or we can just accept it. Now, in the combination of getting associated with this stress and rejecting it, that is where we start to fight. This is called as a fight, which means we are ready, we are still associated over there, but we don't want to accept the reality. And we all know what will happen when we fight with an elephant. Obvious, right? Alternatively, what we can possibly do is disassociate ourselves with this situation and we reject it, which means it is called as a flight. Run away from this situation as quickly as possible. So one option is to fight, another one is flight. Alternatively, we get disassociated, but we accept the situation, which is where we freeze. We don't know how to react. We just get still and just stand like a stone in front of the ferociously approaching elephant. Alternatively, we can also talk about a situation where we are associated with the situation still. We accept the situation and we think in a more logical manner to escape from this situation. Now, the analogy of an elephant ferociously approaching lonely element is what we are going to link it with our sins and our karmic deeds. All the pain that we are going through in our life, all the mishaps that is happening for us, all the unpleasant events that is happening is all due to karmic deeds that we have accumulated in our past life. One option is when we want to reject the situation and we are still associated, we are still going through the pain, but just that due to frustration, we reject it. That is where most of the time we get into a situation of being an atheist. Sometimes fancifully, we call it as a free thinker. Free thinking or atheist is still associated with that, which means they are going through the pain and they know it is because of karmic reasons, but they simply reject it. And they say, sorry, I don't want to associate with this anymore, and I don't think it's going to be there. Alternatively, they can disassociate and they can still reject it. This is where they still want to be associated with the belief system of God, but they are scared in the religion they are right now in. And they try to escape from this and find another place where they are feeling comfortable with. This is disassociating and rejection. This is where most of the conversions are happening. Alternatively, disassociating and accepting the situation where we get into a frozen situation, we freeze. Most of the time, this is the unpleasant decisions some of us take, and those are not the desirable solutions. Most of us go into the vices, which is alcohols or drugs. Some of them seek the help of a psychiatrist. Some of them who are not having the guts to do that, they simply go and just abandon themselves from this planet or whatever it is. And sometimes we even see that they just in a flick of a second, they take up renunciation and they leave this life, as in not this world, as in not this body, but leave the family life and go away. Alternatively, we know we have performed the karmic deeds. We know we have to, anyways, even now or later, we have to go through that pain. So calm and cool and composed, what is the action we have to do? We start thinking about it, which is the fourth quadrant that we are talking about, which is phasing. So there are four options that we are talking about. One is a fight, another one is a flight, another one is freeze, and the last one is phase. So how do we face the situation? Saivism gives a beautiful approach where they have given us nice Tirumurai songs. The more we sing Tirumurai songs, the more we will be able to associate ourselves not with the karmic deeds, but with the Almighty. And at the same time, we accept the situation. So the pain is going to be much lesser and we will have more mental strength to handle it. Stress management is so important in our life, and we need to know how to handle our stress, not only in our physical life, as in the professional or the social life, but also in our spiritual life. Because end of the day, spiritual life is all between you and you, as in your soul and your Almighty, whoever it may be. We have to link with our Almighty. No human beings, no one else is going to help us in there. It is a soul or a lonely journey between us, as in the soul, and the Almighty. So, how do you want to nourish this relationship? Is all about the way how we are handling. Fighting or running away or freezing is all going to be a temporary solution. Facing will be a permanent solution, even though it might sound a little bit stressed out, stressful, but that will be the best option. I'll come back again with the next episode very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama, Tiruchitrambalam.